All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Pin High Philly, the Philadelphia Golf Show podcast. I'm Francesca Ruscio. Hey, Mike, real quick, in the intro, is that a guy screaming four? I love it. I love it. Was that your idea or was that Matt's idea? No, I love it. I love it. I always wondered because I couldn't tell if it was four or whatever. It's perfect. But anyways, if you haven't given us a follow yet on Instagram, it is Pin High Philly on the gram. We stream across all major podcast platforms as well. It's really cold right now. It's about 20 degrees outside. So let's get this going. Anyways, so for today's guest, he is someone who lives at the intersection of business, competition, and Philadelphia golf culture. He's built a name around organizing events, bringing golfers together, which should be everybody's priority, especially in the Philadelphia golf community. And he has a wonderful understanding of how this city actually plays the game. If you've played competitive golf in Philly, chances are you've come across this individual. Tim Horan, welcome to Pin High Philly.
Good morning, Francesca.
So great to have you today. And I have your bio up in front of me right now. I'm going to call you a golfpreneur. I don't know if that word exists, but it just came to mind as of 10 seconds ago. You truly are a golfpreneur. So for those who have not gotten to know you in the Philly golf community, what is it that you do exactly? Let's just take it wherever you want to take it.
Well, currently I'm the director of the Philly Metro Golfweek Amateur Tour, getting ready to start my sixth season as director. And Golfweek Amateur Tour has been in business, I think this is the 32nd year. It's owned by a man named Dennis McCormack and his wife, Jennifer. It's based out of Hilton Head. And I operate the Philly Metro Tour, of course, Philadelphia, the surrounding suburbs, pretty much Princeton, New Jersey, South, Philly, Delaware, and sometimes we'll travel into northern Maryland. So it's a flighted golf tour, 5 flights, championship flight to our D flight, which is players that are 20 index or so and above, and everybody in between champ and the 20 index. So we operate 12 tournaments a year from March till September. And if you're so inclined, you can compete for qualification for a national championship in Hilton Head in October. So it's a fun tour for amateur golfers who still want to compete.
I love it. And you've been involved in this tour, you said, for 6 years. What initiated that exactly?
I've operated the Philly tour for 6 years. I used to play on the tour.
Oh, there you go. That'll do it. Oh.
Besides being I'm a member at Radley Run Country Club and Stone Harbor down the shore. Before that, I was looking for competitive golf. I'm a D player. I'm a 20, but I still love to compete. And where do 40, 50, 60-year-olds have a place to compete really in any sport, especially golf? So there's other tours like mine around. I found the Golfweek Am Tour and started playing. And it also afforded me the opportunity to play private clubs that I wouldn't necessarily have access to. And as a director, I pride myself on building a schedule around private clubs, again, affording non-club members the opportunity to play some of the best golf courses in the area and, frankly, in the country.
I love it. How do you go about recruiting for something like this? And when do you begin recruiting or advertising for this?
You know, that thing called the Facebook has worked out pretty well.
The Facebook, yes.
And I remember my first year running the Philly tour, I think it was February. I had 25 players on tour, and I started to panic. Like, oh my gosh. So I dug back deep into my marketing background bag and just started posting my Facebook ads. I have a love-hate relationship, I think, with Facebook that many of us do. It's a wonderful way to connect with folks, but the negative, you're arguing with somebody you never met before. But back to the positives, started running my Facebook ads, and it has such a wonderful reach. Built the tour up, and we had our first season in 2021, or first season under my belt was 2021. It was successful. Then a lot of it, Francesca's
Hmm.
honestly word of mouth. And, being with you today is going to be proof of that. The word will spread and uh,
Yeah.
get more people registered and playing with us.
And no, and I absolutely love this. And I'm encouraging anybody listening right now, if you're just getting into the game and or you're still working on your swing, sim golf. I mean, because there's so much snow outside and we're going to get more snow over the weekend. Now's the time to really start at least brainstorming ideas of how to really, I guess, expand your skills as a golfer and as a player. And trying to find these tours, people don't know them or know about them unless they're being advertised locally. I have a question for you. You said you're from the Philly area.
Yeah, so
Okay.
born in Northeast Philadelphia. Parents moved us to out in the country in Westchester, Pennsylvania, in Chester County
Oh yeah.
in 71. And now actually I live in my childhood home in Westchester.
Lovely. What is my first question for you is what is your first real exposure to Philly golf culture?
Honestly, working in high school and then in college, I worked at Radley Run Country Club. And I was mostly working in the house, the restaurant side of it, the clubhouse side of it. Every once in a while, I'd work outside in the bag area and on the grounds. But most of the time, it was in the house. Started with snack bar, but one of the best jobs I ever had. I was the locker room attendant at Radley Run, following my senior year at Salesianum and before my first year at college, John Carroll University in Cleveland. And I was the locker room attendant, and it was so much fun. The tips were pretty good too. So that was my first entrance into
The Philly golf
the
scene.
Philly golf and country
Yeah.
club culture. Again, a D player, not a sophisticated golfer. Didn't
Hmm.
take my first professional golf lesson until I was 30. But in 2011, went back to Radley Run
Hmm.
as a member and enhanced my golf game. Um, and then the opportunity came in 2021 to take over the golf tour. Before that, since 98,
Hmm.
I've operated in the co-ed adult sports leagues business, and I'm a partner in a business called Heyday Athletic, and that's what I do for a living. I operate uh, sports events and social events. So running the Philly Metro Golf Week Amateur Tour came pretty naturally. It's something I've done for pretty much all my adult
Hmm.
career. And I just love running events. I'm a better event planner than I am golfer. I'm a
Oh my
better
gosh.
operator of golf tournaments than I am a
Yeah.
golfer, but I love them both.
That's really interesting you say that because that's no easy feat. I too have experience putting together golf tournaments myself. A couple of years ago, I was crowned Miss Philadelphia, and I utilized my golf platform to fundraise, and that's not an easy thing to do. So, from a business perspective, I want to know what do you think people misunderstand the most about running golf events?
They don't understand the back of the house or the time it takes to put on a tournament. I think they think myself and a lot of times my cousin Andy Colquitt, he helps me as my assistant. That Andy and I show up uh, on a tournament day, uh, half an hour before tee times, and we just throw a computer on the table and hand out scorecards, and there we go. No, it's what I'm doing now, and I'm almost done between the end of the season in October and late January, have to build the schedule. So to build a 12 tour schedule, I'm making 40, 50 contacts, whether it's email, text, phone calls, in-person visits to clubs and asking them if they have time available. Will they allow us to run a tournament? And
Mhm.
once the schedule's built, then we uh, promote it. We still go old schools, posters and flyers and
Yeah.
emails,
Mhm.
formats like this, and of course, as I mentioned before, Facebook.
Mhm.
Um, and then once the players register, it's time to create uh, the tee times and the pairings, and then we send them off and on tournament day. And tournaments, they're usually 5-6 hours, and We crown the champions and take some photos, and then we're off to the next event.
What is the typical turnout for the Philly Metro Week?
Unfortunately, it's not as strong as I want it
Mhm.
and what it had been in the past. Most of my tournaments are 25 to 45 players.
Okay.
Uh,
That's still a lot of
strong,
that's still players, believe it or
yeah, it's
not.
not bad.
It's not bad.
When we
No.
play an elite course, for instance, Trump National is always our favorite stop on tour.
Yeah.
We'll get a full field of 72 players. And that's my job as the director, is to build up the field. So that's why I'm here today with you, sharing the story of Philly Metro Golfweek Amateur Tour to build up the fields. Good field is 50 to 60 players.
Yeah.
That enhances the prize money, and we also play for skins, birdies, and then close to the pin. So the more players, the more chance there is to make a few more dollars.
I love it. For those who are listening who want to get into the business side of tournament planning, what would you say would be the ideal process to involve a country club, especially like, for example, the magnitude of Trump Philly? How did you get that? And have you run into any, walls with other country clubs when it came to organizing your tournament?
It's difficult. That pandemic thing we had a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I often say that's the greatest thing that happened to golf since Tiger Woods. It afforded us to go outside and recreate and play sports and enjoy the company of friends when everything else was shut down. So, and a lot of those folks who learned the game or were introduced to the game during the pandemic have remained. So, public courses, they don't necessarily need the revenue of outside tournaments. Country clubs, they don't necessarily need the revenue of an outside event like mine. So, it's become more and more difficult to book courses, whether it's public or the private country clubs, especially difficult. But there's still plenty of courses out there that like the extra revenue. They welcome us. They always treat us really well. But unfortunately for the private clubs and even the public clubs, they mostly want us to play on Mondays and Tuesdays. Even the public courses, they're booked on the weekends and with their regular players. So playing on Mondays and Tuesdays constantly limits the field. You have to be either a flexible work schedule, a lot of sales guys, or private business owners, or frankly, guys that have already retired and in their 50s and 60s, and they have the time to play during the week.
I didn't even consider that. I didn't even consider that to be a factor, a factor for why there's so little, or which determines the turnout. I totally forgot about that. And you can't do weekends, or weekends, I guess, are harder to book.
Yeah, they're just tough, and
Just tough. Dang.
even your some of your run of the mill or even your better public courses, they're just packed. I mean, you drive into a parking lot, any decent club in our area during the season, it's filled. It's wonderful to see. It just makes it difficult on folks like me and tournament operators getting the fields and playing on weekends, and even the Mondays and Tuesdays are tough. There's such a high demand for this game, but that's part of it. And I come from a sales background. I don't mind picking up the phone, walking into a pro shop, sending an email and say, hey, this is who we are. 40 to 60-year-old guys who want to play competitive golf. And that's the key. They're not golf outings. It's competitive amateur golf. And most of the clubs, they welcome us and they enjoy having us.
I love that. I want to ask you, what kind of, what are some incentives to join your tour? For example, when I look at golf tournaments that I would love to be part of, one, for me, I love to network. I think networking in this business, it is a business. Golf in itself is a multi-billion-dollar business. What are, for me, I like to network. What are some other incentives that you think other golfers who have not joined your tour or who could be curious about joining, what are some things that you could sell them on?
Couple for players that still want to compete and
Yeah.
I'm 57 years old, be 58 in May, and I've played in on my tour and my events. I don't typically play as much now. It's tough to run the tournament and play, but when I play, it's just it's fun to compete. It's especially when you're in contention. There's nothing like winning, and it's still a draw for a lot of players, and they just want to compete. They want to test their game against other players. What's great about our tour, it's flighted, so a C player who's maybe a 16 index is playing with other players that are 14 to 19 index. So he or she are competing against players of like ability, and it's just still a rush to compete. And with our tour, we always say it's real golf. There's no mulligans. There's no gimmies. When you have to make an 18-inch putt to stay in contention, it's really, really hard. And you make that 18-inch putt, you're proud of it. And it's still a rush. And after the round, if you come out on top, we present you with a gift card as your cash gift card. Use your winner's take. And also a trophy. We take a photo, and you're kind of living the fantasy of a tour player. And it's a ton of fun.
I love
and again, as I said before, I pride myself on offering the players the opportunity to play elite private clubs that they just can't walk on any Tuesday of any given week. They have to register to play in a tournament like mine, and you're going to play a Trump National, a White Manor. We're playing Mozellem Springs or TPC Yasna Palana. So we're playing some great courses. And so you're playing great courses in great conditions, and you're competing, and doesn't get much better than that if you're a lover of the game of golf.
It really doesn't. And especially TPC Yasna Polana. I played that course a few times in the last season. And it kind of feels like you're in the witness protection program. It's so tucked away. It's such a hidden gem. And that's such a cliche thing to say about a golf course. No, it really is a hidden gem. And the pro shop is incredible. I think that building was once owned by Johnson & Johnson. They renovated it, and it looks like Versailles. And if you guys haven't ever seen or had the chance to play TPC Yasna Polana, if you're listening, please enter this tournament so that you have a chance to go play that course. It's truly a once in a lifetime course, and the people there are wonderful. I mean, it's an experience from just entering and leaving, and the course itself. It's always in great condition. I love it, and I love that course is on the roster.
Yeah, it's amazing. So many of these courses, or most of them, they just welcome us with open arms. They're proud of their clubs, and they want to share it with folks who haven't played them before. Take a peek at my schedule.
Pull up your schedule. Let's go. Let's see it.
All right, let's see. We're start off in March, late March. We're playing DuPont, and we're playing the championship course.
Nice.
And next up, Penn Oaks. And we head down to Stone Harbor. We're playing Mozellem Springs, Hartfeld, Trump, Seaview. Seaview's typically on their schedule. We play the Bay course. TPC Yasna Polana, as I said, in July. Then we have White Manor. We head up to Cherry Valley. That's in the Princeton area. Cobblestone Creek in the Princeton area. And I'm missing one tournament. I have 11 on the schedule so far. I'm looking for a late August tournament, have some calls out to fill that spot. And the schedule's almost complete. We're getting ready to promote. And I think right now we have 40 some players on tour. We need to get that up to 100 or so. So we have some nice solid fields of 35 to 45 players. And it's a fantastic schedule. Just need the players and good weather, and we'll be off playing March 30th.
So March 30th is when it kicks off. Have you run into how do you go about vetting the golf courses to be part of the tour? What's that like?
This area, I was raised in Chester County.
Yeah.
I know this area extremely well. Have the Heyday Athletic business is based out of Philadelphia. I just know the courses well from playing a lot of them. If I don't know a course, uh, I'll visit, see if I can play it, and having a lot of friends in the business, whether it's fellow players or assistant pros or pros, the places I've played, I'll ask them for recommendations. And then I ask the players as well, say, hey, this is, these are the courses we played over the last 5 years. Where else would you like to play? And they always say, well, that place over there in Clementon would be fun. And they're not talking about Trump Philly. And I said, yeah, I don't think we're going to be playing any Pine Valley anytime soon. And so it's kind of a running joke. They would love to play these elite courses, and I'll make the calls, but I know the answer.
At least you're making the calls. Where do you want to take this long term? So you've been doing it for 6 years.
Yep.
What's the plan for long term?
Honestly, I haven't given it a ton of thought. It's amazing that the first 5 years went so quickly, especially picking up right after the pandemic. Again, it'll be 58 in May. I have a few more years in me. I don't know. I'd like to finish out a 10-year run. My predecessor had it for 10 years, and it'd be nice to run it for 10 years or so. And afterwards, I think it's nice to turn over leadership. You get some new blood in there, maybe a younger player in his he or she in their 40s to have different ideas. But I plan on running for the foreseeable future. I enjoy it. I like being with the guys. I like to think I'm good at operating tournaments, and need to cut out some more room to play for myself. I don't play enough, and that's one of my goals this year, to get out there and play, whether it's on the tour with the guys or just playing in between tournaments.
Let's circle back to, I think it's called Heyday. Tell me more about that. Yeah.
Heyday Athletic. That's my primary source of income. Would you call me a golfpreneur? I am a
golfpreneur. You are a golfpreneur.
I am an entrepreneur, but my primary source of income, Heyday Athletic. It's co-ed adult sports and social events. Our demographic is mainly 25 to 35-year-olds, young professionals who work hard, and afterwards and during the weekends they want to play hard. You name the sport or the activity, we're probably running it. Everything from basketball, football, volleyball, dodgeball, kickball, corn toss, floor hockey, softball, you name it, we're running it. We also run an outing to Philly's opening day every year. That's 300, 400, 500 participants a year. We run some pub crawls. So I often call it Little League for adults. Again, the primary demographic is 25 to 35-year-olds, but we have some younger and some older. And I've been at that business since '98. I love it. I have 3 partners. It was formerly Philadelphia Sport and Social Club, and my partners and I rebranded in 2020 to Heyday Athletic. So
you keep highlighting the main demographic, 25 to 35.
Yep.
Being part of the Philly golf culture, and for a period of time now, since COVID, do you think that demographic has been expanding since COVID, while the game keeps kind of expanding as well? What do you think?
I think the golf demographic absolutely has expanded. There's so many folks during the pandemic. Again, we're just looking for anything to do outside, maybe never even picked up a club. So I think folks of all ages, the younger players, the juniors, and, well into their 50s and 60s, picking up the game for the first time. So it's after, I wouldn't say it's shifted drastically, but there's absolutely a lot more players playing now than probably ever before.
I've gotten that impression as well, and I've been playing the game. My story is I've been playing the game since I started playing when I was 11. My dad put clubs in my hand around the age of 12, and I entered the Philadelphia Junior Tour. That's what it was called at the time.
Right.
Philly Junior Tour, 12, 13, and obviously for the younger kids, it was 9 holes, and then you can register for 18. When I was taking the game more seriously, this was like in high school, and I'm going to date myself. I graduated 2011, and even back then, there were very few women golfers. But it's nice to see, and I've noticed that the game is expanding, and that's incredible, especially for the future of your tour. and for more to come. Now, I want to ask you this for those who are listening and they're looking to, um, they're eager to expand their game, their skills as a player, meet other people, network, and just immerse themselves in a new golf experience. Um, are people coming to win, or are they just coming, I guess, for the experience per se?
Some are absolutely coming to win. They
There
just
you
love.
go.
They
Yeah.
love to compete. They like collecting their trophies. They want to accumulate points to qualify for the national championship, which is a blast. You're playing 3 competitive rounds and some practice rounds, and then we have a skins game. You can play five days in a row at the nationals. So there are hardcore competitive golfers. They're there to win, and but then there's others who they just absolutely love the game. Um,
Yeah.
I built the schedule in such a way it's basically a tournament every 2 weeks from March to September. So you have 12 tournaments a year where you can, if you choose, compete. Um, you get to know the guys. So you're playing with guys in your flight you've probably played with several times. You're friendly, and you want to just again experience courses that you otherwise don't have access to.
Mhm.
So there's a combination. I think almost everybody who plays, they want to play well and they want to be in contention. But there's some players, me included. I don't. When I played in the tournaments, and even today when I play, sure I want to play well, and I'd love to be at the top of the leaderboard. But I just want to be out playing the great game of golf in a
Yes.
competitive setting. Again, playing the game right. No mulligans, no gimmies, making those short putts, grinding it out. Um, it's just a lot of fun. And then, of course, the 19th hole is a ton of fun. As the players are coming in and we're scoring, uh, guys are watching the monitor to see how everybody played. And then, even if you have a horrible round,
Hmm.
you may be in contention for closest to the pin. So they're waiting for the card to come in to see if they're close to the
Okay.
pin held up. Again, we
Nice.
play skins. We have super skins. You can play, participate. You can compete against the whole field, or you can compete for skins, birdies, just in your flight, and that becomes lucrative. Again, you could be
Hmm.
having an awful day, but if you get closest to the pin at 2 feet and you tap in your birdie, you're going to win money for that. Close to the pin, you're going to win money for your skins. You can walk away with some basically playing for free. So there's many reasons to play, but most guys they just
They
want to
just
go
want
out and
to,
play for the
yeah,
love of the game and
right.
compete.
So there's definitely a competitive spirit with the tournament. Where can people go to start looking at the schedule? How will you direct our listeners today?
AmateurGolfTour.net. On that website, you'll see a pull down for Find Your Tour, and you can pull down to Philly Metro, click on schedule, and you'll find the Philly Metro score. And if you're so inclined, when you join the Philly Tour, you have access to the 46 or 47 other tours throughout the country. And some of them are already playing because they're in warm weather climates, and they'll play icebreaker tournaments
Mhm.
down south and icebreaker tournaments out west. And if you're so inclined, you get on a plane and go out west and start your
If you're
season.
so inclined.
Yeah, start your season now. And I've always wanted to do it, but
They should.
I know I started my family late, and I'm busy with kids in school still. But I know
Oh,
a lot of guys, they build their vacation and their golf trips around the tour because they know what they're getting.
yeah.
They know it's going to be organized, and it's the same as playing at home in Philly. You
Yeah.
just have a different director and a different club and a different climate.
Yeah, it's just warmer everywhere else, especially right now. Let me ask you this. There's a lot of golf courses who do follow the podcast. What other country clubs are you hoping to add to the roster within the next maybe year, 2, 3 years? Let's just put it
Um,
out there. You never
oh
know.
man, there's so many. There's so many in my area. Well, I'll tell you courses we played in the past. I'd love to return. Uh,
Okay.
Whitford, wonderful course. Lulu. I was going to contact Lulu, but they're under construction. I don't want to bother them with an outside event. I believe they're doing some renovations to
They are, yes.
the
Tee
course.
boxes, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Right.
It's challenging when we play. I want my guys to have a course that's not being rehabbed right now. Gosh, we played manufacturers in the
Oh, oh my
it's a
God. I love manufacturers. Like, can we
it's a
just
wonderful course with a wonderful
let's just
culture.
love on manufacturers for a second. This course, y'all, it is so, so freaking beautiful. It's so severely underrated. I love this course. I could pitch a tent on this course and wake up every day and play golf full time for the rest of my life on this course. I hate that I love it so much. It's such a good
Absolutely, I
course.
love my favorite aspect. The two greens that on number 18, the lower green, the
Yes.
upper green,
Yes.
and hopefully, if when you visit, if the trolley's working, you have to take a ride up the trolley, which
Oh,
is
I love
wonderful.
the trolley. Oh, it's great. And then they have a little 19th hole. Do you know what I'm talking about? After you finish the 18th, you could choose
No,
to take the trolley, but
okay,
they have it. I believe it's right next to the 18th hole. It's a little fun gimmick hole. I mean,
okay.
it's great for skins or whatever however your foursome wants to play it, but it's really cool. And then the backdrop is obviously the clubhouse. Um, it's just a stunning course. So yeah,
And I
I'm
love
gonna
the
hope for that
history.
for you.
We played there before, and our guys absolutely love it. It's just another one of the clubs that plays in such high demand
Mhm.
from the membership. It's tough to take a day away from them, whether it's a Monday or a Tuesday afternoon. The
True.
demand is so high. But back to Manny's, again, it's another place I'd love to share with our players, especially the old clubhouse. And the locker rooms
Mhm.
are still old school metal cage lockers. They're fantastic. And I remember showing my wife, she's not a golfer, and I showed her a picture inside the men's locker room and of the old school lockers. She's like, "Oh,
Mhm.
that's ghetto." I said, "That's not ghetto." I said,
What?
"That is golf history right there."
What?
It doesn't. She doesn't quite understand it, and I said,
Oh
"No,
my god.
this is as good as it gets."
It
No,
is.
Manny's is a wonderful place. Uh, what a another place. I need to get into the city. We have
Yeah.
Philly Metro Golfweek Amateur Tour. That's the name of the place, but we don't play in the city, and it's really difficult. The
What
private
course
clubs.
what course would you wanna play in the city?
I'd love to play Bala. That's a
It's
cute
pretty
old
good.
course. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really fun spot. Um,
Mhm.
Honestly, I've made inquiries to Union League, and I will say this: I didn't expect to play any of the Union League courses, but the staff couldn't have
Come
been
on, Union League.
they couldn't have been any
Support the
nicer.
small guy.
They couldn't have been any nicer. So like I said, I make
That's good.
40, 50 calls, inquiries to book these events, and a lot of clubs and courses they just don't bother calling me back or
What?
responding to an email, and that's part of the game. That's if you've ever been in sales, that's part of it. You just move on to the next call.
But it's just golf. It's not it's so I mean, it's serious, but it's also like, you
Well,
know.
they're busy with their members, so
Uh,
I will say this: every
mhm.
single Union League pro returned my call.
There you
For,
go. Redemption. We love
yes,
it.
and basically they basically called to say, yeah, no, but I'm giving you the courtesy of a call back, and I really appreciate that. I expected the no. I didn't expect the very polite
Mhm.
call back, but maybe one day we'll break into the Union League ranks and play one of their wonderful courses.
Speaking of wonderful courses, what is your favorite golf course in the Philly area? And you know what, by Philly, I'm going to loop South Jersey in there as well as Delaware. Just that whole Philly metro area. What's your favorite golf course?
Well, I'll start with my well, not my
Top
own.
3. I'll give you 3. You can do 3. So it does,
Gosh, top three.
mhm.
Not
No
necessarily
particular
in this order,
order.
but my
Mhm.
first Radley Run Country Club is where I'm a member. I've been a member since 2011.
Shout
Again,
out to Radley Run.
growing up there and working there as a kid, and playing there in high school and college, and the rich history. A lot of folks don't know. It's on land that was part of the Battle of the Brandywine, and our 17th fairway. Hessian soldiers camped out there during the Battle of the Brandywine, because the Brandywine River Creek is right next to it, and they have access to the water. And there's so much rich history. So of course I love Radley. Philly cricket. I had the
Philly cricket. Yes.
good fortune to play Philly cricket. One of my business partners, Dan Feeney, is a member of Philly cricket, and
shout out to Dan. You're gonna
take
us out, Dan.
He's been very kind to bring myself and my business partners and our staff out to play Philly cricket, and it's always a treat. It's a special place. As a 20 index, it crushes me. But that's not
in the
really
best way possible, though. But that's not the point.
Oh, absolutely. And especially when we play Wissahickon, walking the course, and especially with a caddy, there's nothing better than walking a golf course, and it's just a totally different game, especially when you walk a course like a Philly cricket. And I guess maybe my third, it's right down the street from me. Applebrook is fun as well.
Applebrook,
another walking course, and it's not that old, but it seems like the place has been around for 100 years. So I like old school, classic golf courses.
Well, that's Philly.
Yeah, especially right, absolutely, especially with the history. I love the old clubhouses. So there's a good top three for me.
No, that's a really good top three. I have never actually, but you know what? I can't even remember if I did or not. I don't think I played Radley Run, but I do know that is an exceptional golf course. Philly cricket, yeah, absolutely. And have I played Applebrook? Sometimes I get that confused with Applecross.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody does. And speaking of Applecross, I'm a member at Tallamore. Shout out to Tallamore. I think Tallamore is severely underrated as well. It's tight, which I think is great for really like forcing yourself to really improve your game and really learn good course management. So for me, Tallamore manufactures, and I have not played Marion or Gulf Mills. They're on my list for this season, but I'll have to put Philly cricket up there as well. So those are my top three as of right now. So Tallamore has to be a given because that's where I play. And also that's where I learned how to play golf too, with Lou Guzzi. Do you know Lou Guzzi?
I do not.
Lou Guzzi, he's the pro there. He's a fellow Paisan, but yeah, he's really shaped my game. And you know what? You'll have to bother him for a lesson. You'll have to go there. He'll help. He's just so much fun. He makes the game so much fun.
Maybe I'll give him a call for my late August tour opening.
Well, I can't see why not. Yeah, we're just putting these ideas out there. There's a lot of people who within the golf community who do follow the platform, so we're just putting all the ideas out there because you never know.
That'd be fantastic. It's a small world, and you have a great following, and it's funny. It'll be fun to hear the comments. They're going to come in. I'll get the text. Hey, I saw you on Francisca's show. How did you get that going? No, don't you worry about that.
Listen, you know what? If you're a fan of Philly golf as much as I am, and we are here at the show, you're going to find a way to get on the platform. It is what it is. We both share that love. So real quick, let's just recap. Where can people go to either get involved, maybe sponsor, and or register as a player for the tournaments?
AmateurGolfTour.net. And right now we're running our early bird special for registration for the tour. It's just $89. Once the season starts, it jumps up to $125. So $89 gets you access to the tour. You have a $50 credit to our online pro shop. And once you're a member of the tour, you can visit our schedule and peruse our schedule, decide which tournaments you want to play. And I'm going to open them up for registration probably March 1st. But the schedule, like I said, is just about done. 11 of the 12 venues already booked. So you'll know where we're playing, and you can build your season schedule around our tour. It's a ton of fun. Friendly competition, gets the juices flowing,
There you go.
gets you focused on your own game, and you may not have a good tournament. So you get back out there and you work on your game, and you improve. And again, then you enjoy playing some of the best clubs in the area that you necessarily wouldn't have access to otherwise. So amateurgolftour.net.
Amateurgolftour.net. See, guys, look, I'm not only do we talk about Philly golf courses on the pod, I'm also giving you all and shedding light on an opportunity for you to be competitive with the Philly golf scene. So this is great exposure. Tim Horan, I just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for bringing this new possible venture for our listeners of Pin High Philly. And until next time. So again, thank you very, very much for your time, Tim.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
You got it. All right. See everybody. Signing off now at Pin High Philly.